said, hey, can I bomb
All
a
right,
cigarette?
ready to get started?
I think so.
Okay. No yawning.
Okay.
Stop it. Welcome to Small Town Big Gays. We are the aforementioned Big Gays. Large. Let me try that all over again. Welcome to Small Town Big Gays, where we, the big gays, talk about queer life from the small town perspective. I'm Chance.
And I'm Travis.
How are you this wonderful evening,
I'm doing okay.
morning, afternoon?
Yeah,
What time is it?
it is just a little after.
Mhm.
Now people are going to be like, that's, what do they call it? Like, entering the, I don't know, third dimension's not right, but like where, like, when they're filming a TV show and they're like, people see the cameras and then they're like, so like the,
Breaking the fourth wall?
yes, that's
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Mm.
You saying what time it is breaking the fourth wall because this is going to be released early on a Friday morning. And
Yeah.
then what if people are listening to it then and we say it's o'clock and then they
I'll bleep out the times.
get confused and we've set the whole world on fire
That's true. Our podcast does dictate the direction
of everyone's day.
everything. People look forward to hearing us. Our silky, smooth,
Gay lisp.
gay lisps. I was going to say baritone, but I don't even know if that's...
Do you think I'm baritone?
I don't know. What is is baritone high or low? Baritone's low.
Yeah, I think so.
Soprano is high?
Soprano's high. I don't know. I don't do music stuff.
I was going to say, do you know how to read music?
No.
Me neither.
I barely know how to read English.
Same.
So
I have a writing degree.
Where's that gotten you?
Here.
A lot of money to get here, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, I did see a thing yesterday on TikTok. There's some lady who says that there's a chance we can get all of our student loans forgiven by making a FERPA complaint or something like that, because Elon Musk has access to all of our student information, which violates some privacy law or another. So
Are you sure it's not a FUPA?
it's a FUPA request. FUPA complaint. That bitch's belly goes over her pussy. Is that what a FUPA is?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's like a little,
Like a pooch.
yeah, a little pooch above the hoocha.
Pooch above the hoocha?
Yeah. One thing, are you excited for Valentine's Day this week?
So excited for Valentine's Day
Because this will be released on Valentine's Day.
This is our Valentine's Day episode.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
So what are you going to be doing this evening for Valentine's Day?
This evening, my husband and I will be going to a sushi restaurant in Milwaukee for a little Valentine's Day date.
Ooh, is it like all you can eat?
No, probably not. I don't know. I haven't really done. We'll find out tonight, won't we? This is also my Valentine's Day will be our 5th year like dating anniversary too, I think. 2020. So yeah, 5 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't it wild? What are you going to do for Valentine's?
Probably get a large box of chocolates, Whitman sampler, perhaps,
Mhm.
and sit at my house and cry and eat them.
Don't cry. Why are you going to cry? Are you going to watch something sad?
No, just look at my... Never mind. No.
Cut to you sitting in your drag room,
Yeah.
standing in the mirror, naked, just shoving chocolates in your mouth.
I mean, it's just a regular Saturday night, if you ask me.
Well, you have to film it and then put it on OnlyFans and someone will pay.
I know. I've thought about it. Someday. No, I don't know. Honestly, probably nothing. Hopefully just chilling and having a date with myself.
I'm going to send you flowers.
That's a lie, but thank you.
But now I have to do it.
Yeah, now you're going to be held responsible, and then everyone's going to know you're a liar again next week. Because you like to lie a lot, even more than I do. And I love to lie.
You do love to lie. I didn't lie.
Well, it's going to be a lie because you're not going to do it. So,
Well, I didn't lie about the other thing. Exactly.
Me eating chocolates in my drag room alone?
No.
Okay.
Me quitting smoking or whatever else I've
Oh.
lied about.
Are you back on that
I'm
again?
still, but it's going to stop.
Okay.
I'm setting a date.
Well, I don't think you'll be able to do it.
Well,
I think you're too much of a wimp.
now I have to. Now grab my cigarettes out of my bag and break them all for me.
No.
Yeah, I'll just go and buy them.
Yeah, I was like, you need to learn to do it on your own, and you're just not going to. It's okay.
I will. March 1st.
I don't think so.
March 1st.
I think it's a lie.
March 1st.
No, not going to happen.
What should my punishment be if I don't quit on March 1st?
I unfortunately don't think there's a lot that will actually make you feel bad. I'll think of something.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just like have a bunch of smokers like ash into an ashtray all night, and then you have to like eat all the ashes.
Just ash directly into my mouth. Seen that on a couple documentaries.
Yeah, they could all put their cigarettes out on your tongue.
Yeah.
The whole night too. Yeah, people who smoke have really bad breath.
Oh, lucky for you, I haven't had a cigarette since I brushed my teeth.
Is that a controversial opinion?
No.
I just have a really sorry to all the smokers out there, and I understand it's an addiction that many cannot overcome, and I have
tough.
nothing but sympathy and grace for them. But
For everyone but me.
yes, I grew up with like my entire family being smokers, and I am not, and I just hate it. Like the smell of it on your clothes. I actually used to keep my clothes as a kid in the garage, and I had a severe addiction to Febreze, like really bad. It was a problem. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was obsessed.
Well,
Like a bottle a week at least.
I spent many years deluding myself over how bad it smells. Because I smoke fancy cigarettes, like all natural American Spirits. Shout out. Thanks for the sponsorship. I will accept a sponsorship from American Spirits.
Yeah.
I will accept a sponsorship from anyone at this point.
You hear that?
This episode of Small Town Big Gays brought to you by
Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Insert funny, witty thing here. I spent years since I smoke fancier cigarettes. They don't smell like as bad, but they still smell. But I thought that they just like that the smell like dissipated very quickly. But then it's like, no, I've just gone nose blind. From like 10 years of smoking at this point. It's really been that long.
Yeah. There's not like everyone that smokes has bad breath, but they're like, I think it like affects other people differently. But there's like a few people I can specifically think in my head of right now who have have had really terrible breath due to their smoking. It's just so icky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name them. Don't do that.
No.
Am I one of them?
No, I haven't noticed it on you.
Yes.
But I don't really get that close to you.
You want to get closer?
No.
We had a drag show this weekend and you came outside with me while I had a cigarette, which surprised me genuinely.
Why?
I don't know. You just usually don't. But granted, it was
hot.
like after the show, you were hot and we were talking anyway. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. That surprised me.
I usually always go outside with the smokers because I'm always hot. So I like going outside usually.
That's true.
But yeah, I was really warm. Because, I had to move just a little bit more this weekend because I'm now the number one drag performer in this town.
Number one drag performer in the Chippewa Valley. So,
yeah, I had to give them like 2 more steps than normal.
Yeah.
Just to like make sure that they know that I'm trying really hard.
And it worked out. You were great. It was a great performance as always.
Yeah, my last one, my dress kept coming up pretty good.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, your whole ass was out.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome, America.
Yeah. Someone definitely put a video of my ass hanging out on Instagram stories and tagged me in it. And that's exactly what I replied with. You're welcome.
Hell yeah. We'll insert the video here.
Sure. I don't care. I clearly have no shame.
No shame.
But yeah, no, it was a really great drag show too. It was a good time.
The last like 3 have been during snowstorms though.
Yeah.
It's God trying to tell us to stop with all the cross-dressing.
Yeah. It's not going to happen though. Nope.
Nevertheless, we persist.
We do. I totally forgot what I was going to say. We've been on quite a tangent already.
Yeah, we have.
Smoking and
Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Cool. Well, also, I don't think the Titanic. Oh my gosh. Titanic is now like my top suggestion movie for me on Hulu right now. And every time I see it, it just makes me chuckle a little bit and think of you now. And you still haven't seen it, right?
I still have not seen it.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'll watch it this weekend.
Well, I want to watch it with you.
Okay.
We'll have to have a movie night and you have to like be prepared to hunker down because it's a 3-hour movie.
I have watched all of the Lord of the Rings extended editions in a single day, which is 9 hours approximately. So I think I can do 3.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some people just don't like to sit and watch movies.
We'll have to take a bathroom break. Is there a good intermission point?
Well, if we watched it on VHS, we could do that when we'd have to change the tapes out, but it'll be on Hulu. So, yeah, we'll find a bathroom break time.
We'll find some time.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited for that, actually.
What movie are you going to make me watch then? Dune?
Yeah, I was going to say Dune, but that seems too obvious. So I'm trying to think of something else. Dune, or you've seen Rocky Horror, you've seen Pink Flamingos, you've seen...
I haven't seen Pink Flamingos in a while. I probably actually would like to watch that again.
We could watch Pink Flamingos. Because I really want to... I want to write... We were talking about this before we started recording, but I have an idea for a drag queen slapstick movie because I've been watching a lot of Three Stooges. But I also have the idea for like a John Waters-esque short film. And so I want to watch like all of John Waters' movies.
Yeah.
Which I've only seen Pink Flamingos.
Oh, really? My drag mother, when I first started doing drag, made me watch all of them. She would every week give me a new movie to watch as an assignment, which was kind of fun, actually. Yeah, the John Waters ones were always wild.
Mm-hmm.
She did also make me watch the entire first season of the Anna Nicole Smith show, which I loved. I watched it when it was live on TV, too. It was like one of the first celebrity reality television shows.
I don't think I knew Anna Nicole Smith had a show.
Oh, my God, it was wild.
She's dead now.
She is.
Right?
R.I.P.
Yeah. Choked on her own vomit, right? Is that how she died? Is that just a rumor?
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of celebrities do that.
I was talking about someone with that, about how, like, if I die in a really embarrassing way, I hope no one tells anyone, or if they do, they just really, like, go for it and make it really, like, what was it, Mama Cass, they say, died on the toilet eating a ham sandwich or something, which is not true. And, like, Elvis died on the toilet,
which is true. I don't think the eating part, but I think he did die on the toilet.
Okay, my grandpa died on the toilet, too, I think. I don't know.
My husband's grandpa and our friend Christian's grandpa both died in YMCAs playing basketball. God. And that's where I go to the gym. So am I going to die in a YMCA?
I feel like I'm going to die every day in the gym when I go. So it's a good possibility.
But you keep going.
I do.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Like, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter how you die because it's not like you're going to know.
Unless you do.
I know. I think about that a lot. But don't you think we'd have like more memories if we like truly know what happens after death?
What do you mean?
Like, if you like are this like being, oh my gosh, I'm also obsessed with the Long Island medium, which leads into this. Like, if you truly are just like a spirit thing that lingers around that these psychics and mediums can talk to and they like understand how death works, don't you think we'd have like more like flashes of that kind of stuff?
Like we as living people would get more flashes of the spirits?
Or just like more understanding of how it works? Like, because we have literally no clue what happens after you die.
Well, we have a pretty good idea.
Do we?
Yeah, nothing. You rot.
Well, I know, but then you're the one that's convinced that your spirit...
No, here's the thing. We're going to get into this. I don't believe that ghosts are the spirits of dead people.
Okay.
End of rant.
Yeah, we'll have a whole episode to this.
Yeah, there will be a Halloween episode where I just yell at Travis about John Keel and the super spectrum. I'll give you some reading to do. It's very boring.
Yeah, I will definitely not be doing that.
That's okay.
But yes, I love the Long Island medium. You don't think she's real? You know who that is, right?
I do know who the Long Island medium is.
Her hair is wild.
Her hair is incredible.
Yeah.
I think we should do an episode where we wear wigs like that.
I literally was just talking to my friend Colton about, he was trying to make fun of me about this mullet wig I used to wear a lot. And he's like, you need to bring that out. I was like, I was thinking about just wearing some random wigs when we film episodes sometimes that maybe I'll do.
Could be fun. When we do one that's like completely focused on drag, I think we'll get you in drag sometime for an episode, and we'll put me in drag.
Yeah, I've never put you in drag.
You have not put me in drag.
Yeah, just Felicia.
Yeah.
I want to put you in like my glamour drag. See what you look like. And now that you can shave your face, you could leave your mustache if you wanted.
I think I might go for it. Yeah.
Just like so you know what you look like as a fully glammed out.
As a full woman.
Yeah.
A real woman. But I will still have my big natural tits.
That's fine.
From the drag show.
They were like balls, weren't they? Like big balloon balls?
No, they were all natural. They were real breasts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Big naturals.
Interesting.
Lady Ono, # big naturals. That's what Lady Ono's shirt will say.
Lady Wold, big flatules are mine. Just naturally flat pancake tits.
But they look so good.
Do they?
Yeah. Men want to suck on them. Women want to be you.
True, we did. Was that last weekend? Oh, it was, a couple weekends ago. My friend and I were at the bar just being silly after the show. I wasn't even drinking. I was completely sober, which probably makes us sadder in the long run. But I have gentleman friends on the Snapchats that I entertain from time to time. And one sent me one at the bar. And so I was like, oh my God, let's send one back to him. And it was a picture of me, and we had taken my hair clips out of my hair and then we put them on my nipples and then I sent him back and he deleted me.
That's right. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. And then we had another one where my friend was sucking on my nipple, and that guy just hasn't responded to me ever since. So, two diggers in one night.
It's one way to weed out the losers.
True. I mean, one was from Australia. What am I really going to do? It's just fun to have him send me some videos of himself every once in a while. I love a good accent too, so that'll always get me going.
Do your best Australian accent right now.
Give me something to say.
That's almost harder than just saying something in an accent.
Good day, mate.
G'day, mate. Oh, cunt.
I'm trying to think of what else they say.
Throw some shrimp on the barbie.
We could do a whole episode where we do accents.
Yeah, that would.
In honor of Felicia Ashton.
And that's the test to see if she listens this week.
Yep. She's not going to, and don't you dare give it away to her.
No one tell her.
Because we're going to talk about her every week till she listens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, all this to say, let's talk about pronouns and gender identities. What are your thoughts and opinions? And do you go by certain pronouns?
Neo-pronouns. Do you know this?
I do not.
Okay. So I go by he, him. Or they, them, I suppose. And, I said it before on one of the earlier episodes. You can call me he, you can call me she, as long as you call me RuPaul. Charles, thank you. R.I.P. You never know. RuPaul could be dead now.
True.
And
what
then,
if someone's just wearing her body?
I think RuPaul's an alien.
Could be.
I go by cis male pronouns, but people can call me whatever they want, really. I don't really care. As a cis queer person, I have that luxury of not really giving a shit what people call me.
I'm really trying to understand all of it more, and I'm really trying to be more open-minded to things that don't affect me, because I realize at the end of the day I have a lot of privilege that allows me to not have to worry and think about these things, which I'm not unaware of. But I feel like so many people give so much energy and things to things that are just really, at the end of the day, to me seem like not a big ordeal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree with that. And that's one of the things in the wake of the election and inauguration and blah, 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 blah. I forget what the exact post was, but it was something like neo-pronouns, we're forgetting about those until we get our right to exist back and stuff like that. So neo-pronouns are outside of he, him, she, her, they, them. Neo-pronouns are the Zer. There's this person on TikTok who's the pronoun teacher. I'm going to say they, she's female presenting anyway. They do these videos where it's today we're going to learn about the pronoun dino. So there's dino, and dino self. It feels like satire, but I think it might be in earnest coming from them, that account. And that's the shit that, I'm sorry, hot take, that's the shit that makes the rest of us lose respectability in the eyes of conservatives and people, if you ask me.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand the need for so many different pronouns.
There isn't one, but it's my interpretation of it is it's specifically very young queers who, when you're young, you're finding yourself, you're experimenting, you want to be different, you want to be all these things. And I truly think that most of these people who use neo-pronouns and stuff, I think eventually they grow out of it. That need to be so special. All pronouns are made up, so, who really gives a shit? But I think it's mostly very young people who are just trying to find themselves and experiment. And I think for the most part, a lot of them grow out of it.
Yeah, I think my, I guess we'll say hot take on it all is that, again, white, male presenting, cis, I get that I have privilege, so I don't have to think about a lot of the stuff. But I just feel so many people give it so much power, and then I feel other people are so afraid of being canceled that like we tread on these fine lines of just like letting people get away with like some ridiculousness, because it's just like, well, I guess it's not my experience. So I can't really tell you that it's ridiculous because I don't know, but like also it is ridiculous, you know, but like we're also scared of being canceled. And like I've had that before too, where like I would say like an opinion of something that I thought, and then like someone could say something and then share their experience, and it's like, I've never thought of it that way. So I'm like, oh, okay, like that's fair, I guess. But it also still seems ridiculous.
Yeah. I think people are afraid of saying that things are ridiculous.
Yeah, I am. For sure.
I'm just saying it. I'm not even going to edit that part out where I say that dinos pronouns are dumb, quite frankly. And I do want to specify, or not specify, I do want to.
Well, are they dinosaurs? Do they even speak English?
No. So they probably can't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same thing with the whole like kids shitting in litter boxes thing of like, no one's actually doing that. That TikTok account was making all of these videos about like, you know, here's how to use the pronoun plant, you know, everyday conversation. No one's going by the pronoun plant self. No one's doing that. The fact that these, that account exists in the first place is just making like conservatives think that people are actually doing that. No one's fucking doing that. If you're listening to this and you go by neopronouns, that's great. You do you.
I think people just also give it too much power. Like I understand, especially like for our trans people, like they work so hard a lot of times to be presented as what they want to be presented as. So like to be respectful and getting their pronouns correct, that makes sense to me. But like, this is another Felicia story. We've spent a lot of time together, that Felicia gal and I. Mm-hmm. She was running for a state pageant, and her and I, and then her backup dancers and one of her backup dancers' boyfriends all stayed in a hotel room. So it was 5 adults in a 2-bed hotel, which was a lot, you know, cramped quarters for a weekend in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I was Felicia's dresser, so that meant like I had to help her like get in and out of her costumes and do all this stuff. So it was a really long weekend, but it was really fun. One night, the backup dancer and his boyfriend were fighting, and I can't remember what the hell it was about. It was something stupid though, and they were just being so obnoxious. And this backup dancer was just like from the South, so just like going, you know, what that Southern accent, just flying like wild, and was just being ridiculous. And I was like, girl, you need to calm down. Mind you, they also did drag too. So, but they weren't in drag at this time. And I just remember him looking at me like, girl, I ain't your girl. I ain't no girl. And I was like, oh my.
Jesus.
Well, all right, ma'am. Jeez. But I just like, he was so defensive over it. And I'm like, I call everyone girl. I don't know. Like,
it really, and again, we're saying this from a place of privilege, but it really doesn't matter to us. Anyway.
Yeah, to me personally, I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to get offended if you call me a woman, because I think it's a great thing. I don't care.
Yeah, women are powerful.
Yeah.
I do get that question a lot from people who like know me, and you come up in conversation. People are always confused as to what pronouns to use for you, like in or out of drag. Oh, Chloe, what's Chloe's boy name? What pronoun should I use for Chloe? And I'm just like, just whatever.
You should tell them that my pronouns are HBIC and that bitch at all times.
What is HBIC?
Head bitch in charge.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. It is really weird when you do drag, and like, it is such like a separate world. And I really tried hard when I first started doing it to like keep my world separate. So like when I was in drag, like I wanted everyone to call me Chloe, and I wanted to go by she, her. And then when I was as a boy, like I wanted you to only call me Travis, like never call me Chloe. And like I go by he, him. And I wanted to keep those worlds very separate. But then like more times I started hanging around with people, like most of us like queens just call each other by our drag names, no matter what we're presenting as. But I have like so many people who know me like strictly from like my boy stuff, like from when I was like, you know, their teacher at cosmetology school. They just know me as Travis. They don't know me as Chloe. And then I have way more people that know me just as Chloe and don't know anything about Travis.
They don't even know your name is Travis.
Yeah. Yep. So it's interesting.
Do you think most drag queens are fine with like either or. Because I mean, most, like you said, most of the ones in our area, like I know and refer to most of the queens and performers in our area by their stage name rather than their, I mean, most of the time I don't even know their like government name.
Actual names. Yeah. So it's really weird because my drag mother, Misty Lovely, if you even mentioned her boy name, like she would flip out on you.
In or out or of drag?
Both. Yep. She wanted to go by D. And I'm assuming maybe that had something to do with gender identity and some transness, maybe. I don't fully know. We've never been able to have those conversations, which I wish she was still around so I could have more legit conversations, because she was kind of just around for like my first like year and a half, and then she disappeared. So I haven't really seen her. But
Is she dead?
No, she's alive, I think. Someone let us know if you've heard from her. Yeah, so I don't know if that was just like a local thing, because I feel like drag in the Chippewa Valley is its like own thing,
like its own island.
It really is. Like we have always like just been different. Like even when I've traveled a lot to like other cities within Wisconsin, they'd always be like, here come the Eau Claire girls, they're always together. And then, you know, like, and not like in a bad way, it's just like they're not used to having like
a close knit,
like community. People that like want to like be around each other and like each other. I don't, you know, maybe not necessarily, but they're just like not close knit. But and we always were just like, and I know we can't use this term anymore because it's offensive, but like people used to always be like, you Eau Claire girls are so fish, you know, and like, because we were always just like more subtle with our drag. We've definitely over the years have stepped that up, and it's not the same anymore. But yeah, when I first started doing drag, it was like all about like looking like a real woman, and like we'd all go by like our female presenting names. And yeah, so it's just interesting how that's evolved. But yeah, as someone who has privilege, I don't really care about pronouns that much. Like it's just not something I do. But like if I know that it is for someone, like I definitely will respect it, because it also takes no effort to just
like respect
do it.
pronouns.
Yeah. And I have a friend who, I don't know what they call them, so I don't want to say it, but I'll just say partner for lack of understanding what they call each other, who is non-binary. And for some reason I have a hard time remembering that about them. I've been trying to work really hard at being better about pronouns, because I think most people know your intentions behind it. Like if you're just like making an honest mistake, people know like, yeah, you didn't mean it, and they'll, you know, gently correct you or whatever.
There's a difference between making a mistake and intentionally misgendering people.
Yeah.
But like it's never the goal to misgender someone or make them feel, for me, it's never the goal to make them feel like uncomfortable or whatever. I respect people, you know, whatever they go by, and I try my hardest.
Yeah, and I think if like, let's say you were to post like a TikTok or something, or someone with a neo pronoun saw this video and they like maybe made a comment or something like explaining why they do it and how it's like triggering to them, I'm sure you would like, and you would feel bad about it. Like it's not like you're an insensitive human. It's like, I get why people do some of the things they do, and they have different lived experiences, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, but I think the moral of the story is just try to be respectful, but like also understand, like really at the end of the day, like people's opinions and people's thoughts of you really isn't,
they really don't.
That RuPaul has a lot of great sayings. Those bitches ain't paying your bills, pay those bitches no mind. It's hard to do, but, and also if you can't love yourself, who else are you going to love? That's Amen. A great one. It really is good.
Yeah, really
There's some really good little nuggets of knowledge there.
She might frack her land in Oklahoma or whatever the fuck, but
Montana, I think.
Montana, but she's got some wisdom in her years.
Well, I say, why the frack not? You know, frack away. I mean, I'm not going to be here by the time there's probably serious side effects.
Yeah. Lucky you.
Sorry, everyone who decided to have children.
Yep. Sucks to suck.
Not my problem.
I've been saying it's unethical to have a child for years.
Yeah.
But when it comes to pronouns and like people getting your pronouns wrong, I think another sentiment I've seen since the election, and that I wholeheartedly agree with, it's like we need to prioritize the things right now. Our very right to exist could be under fire. So if someone gets your pronouns wrong, like, and I'm also of the opinion it's like there's no more, I think I've said it on the pod before, there's no more just like crying about getting misgendered. Punch him in the face. Do something. Like,
sure,
make him respect you. Don't punch everyone who misgenders you in the face, but like
get in some trouble.
Yeah.
I just have a random thought I need to come back to. What do you think's more damaging to the earth, fracking or poopy diapers?
I'm not sure what the environmental implications of poopy diapers are, because do they degrade? I don't know.
I don't know if maybe they eventually do, but
They're
I feel
like made of plastic, and plastic takes forever. And well, what we found out really is that plastic doesn't degrade. It just becomes microplastics.
Yeah.
And the microplastics in my blood are telling me not to go to work today.
Mm. Yeah.
I love those memes. This is a tangent-filled episode, but like the ones like, oh, the microplastics in my blood are telling me that I need a ham sandwich or something like that. Just
Well, I learned that they say there's like that big island of plastics in the ocean. It's actually it's like microplastics. It's not like actual like physical.
There's a lot of large physical plastic in there, but yeah, it's mostly microplastics at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's 2 of them though.
There's
one closer to China too.
Oh.
I don't know. I'll be dead.
Yeah.
And if it really does start affecting me where life sucks, I'll just.
We've been talking about that a lot on the podcast lately.
Well, we don't have a lot to live for.
No.
Pronouns,
gender identity,
and microplastics are the same thing.
Pronouns and microplastics, name of the episode.
Yeah. I think it's just something that people give too much power and concern to. And we have bigger fish to fry. But also on the same point, I don't know, because I'm so defensive about it for my trans people. I don't know. Maybe I am just not knowledgeable enough and need a lot more education. I know I am definitely not knowledgeable enough,
and we want to learn. That's
yeah.
We acknowledge that we come from a place of privilege with this.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking the bit about like neo-pronouns make it harder for straight conservative people to like swallow the queer experience, because they look at that and they're like, look at how ridiculous this is. All of it must be ridiculous. And I do believe that. But at the same point, I am anti the Will Grace-ification of the queer experience, of like making it more palatable to straight people in order to gain acceptance. And I don't necessarily think that those things are the same, but
Yeah, there's always such a fine line with everything. Like, I think, it is nice to make things palatable so that people can begin to understand it. But also, like, why should we have to make them understand it? So, like, I get it from both perspectives, honestly.
Yeah. I think there's a method, and the method often involves like baby steps. You have to hold people's hands to get them to come to their own conclusions.
Yeah.
Because no one likes being talked down to, and no one likes being told that they're wrong or anything, but...
Well, you're wrong.
Yeah, I am. See, I admit I'm wrong.
Is it cold in here? My nipples are kind of hard.
My toesies are a little cold. Should we cuddle to warm up?
Could you imagine?
We're doing the rest of the podcast like this.
Ooh, you have some good ear hair.
I know. It's awful.
That was weird.
I enjoyed it.
I think if I maybe was in a better position.
I don't know.
I was kind of stuck. I was a little nervous and didn't know what to do.
That's how I like them.
Maybe you should have took your shirt off. That would have helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
No, we have to wait until we get to the summer for me to do a shirtless episode. Should we do a beach episode?
If we do a beach episode, I'm going to wear like one of those 1950s, like full
length.
Yeah. No one needs to see me in any beach wear.
I'll also wear one of the 1950s things.
Can you imagine? I mean, we could. If the people want it, we'll give them what they want.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone wants that.
5 likes on this TikTok and we'll do a beach episode.
1 like and we'll do anything.
Single comment.
Gender identities and the beach.
Is there like times where you feel, other than like doing drag, where you just feel like more one way or another? Because like for me as a bisexual, I mean, bisexuality is a spectrum too. And so I, have swings where I'm like, okay, today I'm feeling more gay. Today I'm feeling more straight. Today I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
Sometimes hour by hour.
I think it's just like, we'll just get really deep here at the end of this episode for all of the people listening. So I think the big spectrum of that comes from my own insecurities just in life in general of one, just being a bigger person. And that doesn't even have to do with being a bigger person in the queer community, just a bigger person in general of never feeling that confident, especially growing up too. And like being a fat kid in school is always a good knock to the ego. Once I started doing drag and coming to more in touch with my feminine side, getting those compliments that I would never receive as a male, then start to mess with your head, and make you wonder, well, my God, am I some like beast? Should I just do this all the time and rid the world of my hideous being?
My hideous male visage.
Yeah. So for me, that's why like the trans scale is so different of like, for me personally, to feel feminine, I have to do all of the like stereotypical feminine things of like, I would want long hair, I would want full makeup, I would want glam, like I would be a glam girl, which not every real female is like that either. So like it is a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
But just for me personally, I would need that to feel that way because that's how I feel the prettiest. So I don't know that I would want to do that every day, but when I am in it, I'm like, wow, I really am beautiful. And that's not a feeling I always get as my male self. So I am working on the things that I don't like about myself that is in my male form, to see if that helps with the gender and body dysmorphia. I have a lot of gender and body dysmorphia. Dysphoria. Look at me, I'm getting better at words.
Dysmorphia is also a thing.
Dysmorphia.
Dysmorphia is like.
Do you know her? Have you met her?
Dysmorphia? No.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
Anyway.
So
Dysphoria.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the word you're looking for.
Dysphoria. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Because like sometimes, I don't know, in my male form, like I think I struggle with, maybe this is what I struggle with, for me, femininity is like the full glam. Masculinity is like the full, like I have a beard and I shoot stuff and punch people in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I never feel like that. So then I'm like, well, maybe I'm not like masculine in any way. So I always tend to lean towards more of the feminine side. So I don't know what I am. I'm just a lost little person.
Well, life is a journey, is it not?
Yeah, but I also like feel like with my pronouns in particular, like I'm okay being called she, her, or he, him, but I wouldn't want to go by they, them. Is that weird?
No, I don't think any of it is. I don't think there's anything about that should be weird. I think that's interesting. I wonder why that is.
Because I think for me, I either feel masculine, but not hyper masculine.
Yeah.
Or I feel feminine and I want to be presented as feminine. I don't feel like
you never feel like you're neither.
Yeah. I feel like I'm either one or the other.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is weird. I don't know. Maybe I just need to do some more self-discovery, which I always do. I feel like I feel like gender fluidity falls under the trans umbrella in ways. So like I do in some ways feel a small part of the trans community just because I also had like a certain point in my life where like I identified as trans. So that's always going to be like a part of who I am. And I just will say it. I say it every episode, I think truly is like, I just have a lot of admiration for trans people just because I just think they're so beautiful. So I don't know. I don't know what I am.
You'll discover it one day. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
not. Maybe I'm just fine just doing my thing. But then sometimes I feel, I don't want to say phony is the right word, but I just feel like I don't know what I am. So when they say check the boxes of things, I don't know what boxes to check. And I don't know because like, when you go on Grindr, like sometimes I want to go on as a boy and like do that. But like sometimes I want to go on as a female and have fun that way too. Like I like doing all of it and I like exploring the different things, but I don't feel non-binary. I like feel one or the other, but I also don't feel fully trans. It's so weird. I'm really weird.
You're not weird. Nothing's weird.
I don't mind being called
the queer
weird.
existence is not weird.
No, that's true. It's not weird. I don't know. I don't know what
gender
I am.
fluidity.
Help me.
I can't. I am not a paid psychologist. Not a certified psychologist.
I don't even think a psychologist could help me.
No. Therapy might.
I have gone to therapy a lot. But you know what's always a problem every time I go to therapy?
Money.
Well,
I have no idea how much a therapist costs.
I'm rich, so I don't have to worry about
That's
it.
true.
Just kidding. But
number one drag queen of the
number
Chippewa
one drag
Valley.
queen, so I make lots of money.
So much.
I'm very rich. No, they always want to help you, and I don't want to be helped. I'm just kidding. No, my therapist from when I was a kid did randomly add me on Facebook as an adult. I think she was just probably like, I came up in her suggested friends and she was probably like, he's still alive, huh?
Good for him.
Yeah. So, I'm still currently friends with her. I don't know if I can say her name, but shout out Susan. We'll just say her first name. Probably was shocked to see me still kicking at this point. But no, I feel like sometimes therapists just want to become my friend. I feel like a lot of people like to become my friend.
You're a very friendly person.
Yeah, and I'm really easy to talk to. But my last therapist I went to, we did that where you hold things and it shocks you.
What?
I'm really describing it wrong. It's you hold these things in your hand and they're like, it doesn't shock you. It's like a buzzer and it like triggers. Oh God, I wish I knew what it is. It's like
An e-meter?
No. Wait, is that a thing?
That's a Scientology thing. Did you go to a Scientologist?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
You're describing an e-meter.
I don't think I am because that's not it. It's a certain type of therapy they do that helps, like the buzzing in your hand helps you, like it triggers back memories. God,
what is this
I have
pseudoscience bullshit?
I have EDI in my head, but that's not right because I'm thinking of DEI. But someone's gonna know. Make this a TikTok. They'll be able to tell you. It's a type of therapy where you like close your eyes, you hold on to this thing in your hand, and it buzzes, and you just kind of talk about the memories, and then like it keeps buzzing, and then you like keep talking about the things that it's triggering up.
Were they talking about thetans?
What?
Thetans. Thetans.
Wheat thins? Yes,
Yes.
I was eating wheat thins out of the other hand.
I think you went to a Scientology
I did not.
I
certainly-
think you did because
No.
you're describing a fucking e-meter right now minus the buzzing, and it
No.
would not surprise me if an e-meter buzzed.
I wish I could call Shelly right now because she also had it done.
Call her.
I don't have my phone with me right now.
Go
but-
grab it. I need to know what this was.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go grab my phone and we're going to figure this out.
I cannot believe you went to a fucking Scientologist.
You're going to feel stupid.
I don't think I am.
Okay. It's called EMDR. So that stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Processing Therapy. So it uses buzzing tools to help people process traumatic memories. The buzzing tools create bilateral stimulation, which activates both sides of the brains. During EMDR, clients hold the vibrating buzzers in their hands or wear headphones that vibrate. While holding the traumatic memory in mind, clients allow their brain to wander. The brain makes more associations that help clients process the memory. The process helps the brain override the fight or flight response. Yeah, so it can help you, can prevent clients from being easily re-triggered, can lessen the effects of traumatic experiences, can help people with a wide range of mental health conditions.
Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to Scientology. Although I would love it if I did.
I think we should.
we could drag-vestigate them.
Drag-vestigate Scientology. Just go. Then they'll stalk us for the rest of our lives, though. They love to do that.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the therapy. Normally it triggers a really deep response in people and they usually cry and have emotion. It didn't do that for me.
So are you not traumatized enough, or?
I don't know. I think I am. I definitely have had my fair share, but I think I've really processed a lot of it. I don't think this could be an opinion for people to chime in on and comment. Please be interactive with us. It helps us. Do you think people need to go to therapy their entire life? Or is there just a point where you kind of have processed things and you're okay, and then maybe you do some check-ins?
Yeah. I don't think everyone needs to go to therapy their entire lives. I think if you get to a point, I think some people do get to a point where they have processed through it and they have healthy
coping mechanisms.
Healthy coping mechanisms and a healthy way to process future things. But I think some people do need to go to therapy their entire lives, the rest of their time.
I do too. I think
I wouldn't know. I don't go to therapy.
I've clearly gone, and I like it. The whole point of all of this, though, at the end of the day, was that I felt like and I don't know if she listens to this, but if she does, I really doubt she does, like your doctor with your prep. But I just felt like she was trying to become my friend too much and was like a lot talking about herself, then not a lot about herself, but just like I felt like I knew too much about her. And then she'd be like, I'm going to be 15 minutes late to the appointment. I'm like, that's really not okay.
Yeah, I'm paying you.
Yeah. So that was like where it just got weird. And I was like, I feel like I've processed a lot of my trauma. And then people will say, well, you eat your emotions, which is probably not true, or probably true. But like, I also know how to handle that.
I think, not knowing all of your trauma, the podcast only has 14 episodes now. I think you're far too put together to like not be, which maybe that's an awful thing to say. Because I'm sure there are a lot of very put together people who are deeply, deeply, deeply traumatized. And that might be part of the reason that they're so put together. Maybe that's the reason you're so put together. But you don't strike me as someone who is not capable of processing their emotions.
No, I'm pretty good about it. Yeah. I like go through them very, very fastly though. Like if I'm mad, I'm like very mad quick. And then I like, okay, how do we get over this? And then like I figure out how to get over it and then I'm fine. I have to have a solution fast. I don't like lingering on things. You don't
like lingering?
No.
I should probably go to therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. My existence hinges on not dealing with things.
Do you want some of my old therapist numbers?
No.
I don't think my one does anymore. I think she just does prison work now.
I'm going to reach out to Susan.
That's who does prison work?
Oh.
Well, she was. I don't know. I'm probably making things up about Susan. But she doesn't live too far away from you. Where were we going with all this? Oh, therapy. I don't know.
Therapy, pronouns, microplastics. We've covered a lot in this episode.
We really have. We've been on a lot of tangents lately, but there's just so much to talk about.
There's so much to talk about.
And we'll be having guests eventually. We just want to get like a more permanent setup to make it a little bit which will definitely make things more interesting when we're talking about. But for now, we're going to do our best to make ourselves interesting.
Mm-hmm. This is a DIY operation and DIY low budget, and
I don't think it's that low budget.
It's not that low.
Middle budget.
In terms of like
class.
actual budgets, it's shoestring.
People don't know that. You can slide.
Yeah, that's true. High budget. These production values, they cost a lot of money, which is why you should give to our Patreon. Patreon.com. We still don't have a Patreon.
You could just Venmo Chance.
You can just Venmo me. DM me on Instagram at @chance___Smith and Venmo me if you like what you hear.
Yeah, you should give him a tip. He deserves it.
Yeah,
I get lots of tips. So
give me a tip.
You should. Oh my God. Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, roughly. What do you sound like? Well, you don't really. You're more of a side.
This makes me think of that one episode of Untucked in season 5 with Alyssa and Coco when they were like making fun of each other, and then they were like trying to do their like what it sounds like when you're having an orgasm. And Coco was sounding crazy, and Alyssa's like, "What in the scorping like a chirping like a?" And then they made this whole remix song of it. Have you ever heard it?
No.
Oh, we should look it up after this. Like scorping like a chirping like it's such a good song. This is so random. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't actually moan in like if I was having like a real true reaction, but I think it turns people on to have a reaction. So then I do, and then it's just more silly. It's not really like I'm like,
I feel like
yeah. No. And then it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Stop it. I feel like I have to fake moan a little bit for the same reason. I feel like when I'm getting a blowjob, it's just like there's a tendency to like
make them feel like they're doing a good job.
Let them know that they're doing a good job. But ordinarily it'd just be like I'm not.
Just want to stare at them with the look of disgust that you have right now on your face.
Yeah.
Were you just picturing me servicing you? That's what's made you want to vomit. I was like, what if you're missing out on some really
some bomb head?
I've been known. I'll show you my Grindr messages. I'll let you know what's going on.
Do you get reviews?
I wish that would be a great addition to a Grindr profile is reviews.
I own a couple stocks in Grindr. I can talk to them.
I think mine would be a very mixed bag. I think I would have lots of really high reviews, and then I would have a lot of like, she's a real bitch.
I'm actually deeply insecure about how good I am at sex, so I feel like a lot of mine would be bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see
because
that.
because I'm insecure, not because I'm bad at sex, but because I think I'm bad at sex.
You think you're bad at sex?
App idea. It is reviews. Actually, that's just the blowers. Never mind. Do you know about the blowers?
I have heard of it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Blowers. Yes, I've heard of it. Like, I feel like it's a bigger city thing though, right?
Definitely, because it's pretty dead around here. I had an account briefly.
But they review your blowjobs?
Yeah, you can give people reviews. So
maybe I need to get on that.
I do think that there would be a good that would be a good grinder feature, because there's one guy, and I don't think it was around here. It might have been around Milwaukee or something, but his profile name on Grindr was like Pussy Mouth. And he had like in his pictures, I don't think he had any like pictures of himself on his profile. It was just messages being like, that was some great head, that mouth really does feel like a pussy, stuff like that. And he was just like, his profile was all of just how good he is at sucking dick.
I love that.
So
maybe I should do that.
Do it. Put some reviews.
I did just have a guy this last week say that it was worth the hour drive here for.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, I feel like I would have some pretty good reviews. And then I would have you ghosted me, you fat bitch, a lot too.
I think I would have good reviews. I hope I would have good.
Do you find yourself, I saw this on a TikTok today. A guy was talking about on Grindr how he's like, you're never going to catch me. I'm going to always be that one that's just talking to you on Grindr, and we're never going to actually meet. And then like, yeah, it's like, do you find a lot of that? Like, do you do that yourself?
No, I usually, if I don't intend on meeting someone, I stop talking to them pretty quick.
Okay.
I get very annoyed with people like that, because I feel like a lot of time, as someone who is like a kinkier person, especially when I'm like in the more dom mood and I'm talking to like someone who is a more sub, I feel like a lot of times especially when they're like younger, like 20, 21, whatever. I feel like there is a tendency of them to just like talk, like they just want to get spank bank material. And that annoys me to no end, where it's just like, oh, you got pics? Oh, what are you into? Oh, what are you going to do to me? Oh, how they just want me to sext them. And I'm just like, at some point, I'm just like, are we actually going to, like, I'm free right now. Are we going to meet up? And then they stop responding when I call them out for it. So
you're kind of mean.
A little bit. I'm nice up to that point, but then at some point it's just like, oh, you want to meet up? Yeah. What are you going to do to me?
Well, I think some people are just scared of Dom.
They are.
So they want to know, like, are you going to...
Oh, it's not that I'm not going
cock and ball torture me?
Well, it's not that I'm not going to tell them like what, I tell them everything, but then they're like, they just want that like
are you gonna
talking phase to continue to go.
Daddy?
You're going to lick my hole? You're going to tie me up and spank me? Oh. But they just want that phase to continue to go. And it's just like, I've already told you what the encounter is going to be like. Like, do you want to meet up, or do you want to just keep talking? Because if you want to just keep talking, I'm going to I have other things to do.
Do you mostly get guys from around the area, or do you get a lot of like out of town people?
I don't get a lot of out of town people.
So I don't know if something's going on with Grindr, but I have been popping up in Nebraska a lot lately.
Really?
Yeah, I think because like I always get like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like your first profile, at least for me on Grindr, is like someone not from around here.
That's been happening a lot lately.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's me, but in Nebraska right now, because there's a lot of gentlemen from Nebraska after me, and I get a lot from Chicago.
Tell them about the podcast.
Oh my God.
You actually should be doing that.
No.
It's a great idea.
Okay, fine.
If they're from Nebraska, and be like, listen to Small Town Big Gays, and then maybe I'll come and suck your dick.
Well, I'm thinking about doing a tour there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe we could do like a live podcast tour, and then
that would be fun.
Entertain gentlemen.
Yep. We'll get separate hotel rooms.
Yeah.
But I have noticed that a lot. It's been in the last like couple weeks, and then they temporarily introduced, they introduced that roaming feature to make it more easy to roam, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, but now when you open it, it's like they have like 3 or 4 rows of like people from your area, but then they have a For You section.
Yeah.
And that's people from like everywhere.
Yeah, I don't really get too many people from around here, to be honest. Most of my conversations are people not from around here. And so sometimes I feel like Grindr's just a lot of like talking because the people aren't really from around here. I get a lot of Traveling 94 encounters like, hey, I'm leaving from Minneapolis to go to Chicago. You're a pit stop. And yes, I am.
I wonder, I mean, part of the reason I'm not getting that many right now is because I'm DL on Grindr at the moment.
Yeah.
So
they love it.
But even when I'm not, even when I have pictures and stuff, I don't think I get that many out of towners.
Well, you don't look like Jennifer Coolidge meets Khloe Kardashian, because that's what I get every day.
You know what? Your Grindr profile does look like that.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, that's what I look like.
That. It really is Jennifer Coolidge and Khloe Kardashian coded.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll insert a picture of it here.
Oh my God, just put my Grindr profile on.
Yeah. Full stats.
Dick Piggy 6969.
Yeah. Deep.
I do think I should come up with a fun name.
Yeah, what would it be?
I don't know. Give me a good Grindr name, people, that would be really silly. There's a few people that listen to this that I think would have good suggestions. Like, I want it to be really goofy.
And we'll read through the...
Yeah, we'll read the best ones next week, and then I'll pick one and I'll change it to my Grindr profile name for a while. But yeah, I would agree. I don't think... I do get a lot of people that do want to... Okay, so Grindr for me... We are really all over the place this episode, but that's fine. It's okay. People like it, I think. Grindr for me is like... People are always be like, you're always on Grindr, and that. But like, it really is kind of a thing that is very educational for a lot of people. Like, because of my profile, I do get a lot of men that ask a lot of questions and like have a lot of things. And I do get a lot of trans people looking for resources, and just also people in the community looking for resources and things to do and things.
That's great, actually.
So yeah, I do have like a lot of just very normal conversations with people about like, oh yeah, check out the community center. Oh, this is where drag shows are. Oh, maybe you should start listening to Small Town Big Gays, which will be my new thing, I guess. But I do have a lot of conversations with people like just that are non-sexual and just informational. And because I do have a lot of friends that like know where to send people for trans things, and I get a lot of that. And I love that. I do love that. And I think people think I'm lying when I say that. And they're like, you're just on there because you're a whore, which I am a whore and I am on there for that. But it is also a really good community outreach, because there's a lot of people from small towns around here that just don't know stuff. Yeah. And it's a great way to find out. And a lot of, I feel like a lot of times there are, in just this area, especially, something we could talk about in another episode more in depth, of just like, I feel like there is a lot of trans people that are like from small farming communities, or like are married and just like don't know how, and they're just like looking for a connection. And I like talking to people. I love hearing their stories. So it's like something that is like fun for me to do. But I do get a lot of guys that want to like sex, and I hate that. I'm not going to type like, yeah, I'm touching my butt. Like, I'm just like not going to type that, but I do sometimes.
I think of Grindr primarily as, maybe I just need to get out of that mindset, because I think about Grindr primarily as like sex. Yeah. Which is why when people from outside of, you know, a 20-mile radius message me, I usually just ignore them, because it's like, I'm not going to meet up with you. Or I'm on Grindr right now. I've had plenty drive here for this. I was going to say drive here for this pussy, but you're going to have to edit that out. Nope, staying in. But are they going to drive here for, you know, the greatest 3 minutes of their life, and then...
They will. Trust me, they will. They'll do it.
Maybe I got to treat it, because I do wish that my husband and I had more gay friends.
You know, I feel like I have obviously spent a lot more time with you just because of all the things that we've had to do, but we've never like really just like hung out for fun. We should change that, and we should invite Tom too.
Yeah. Well, we have a Titanic movie night coming up.
Yeah, he should come to that, Tom. He's seen Titanic, I'm sure, right?
Babe, have you seen Titanic? He listens.
Okay.
Comment below.
Are you familiar with Rose DeWippicator?
It's a dumb last
Rose
name.
Dawson. I forbid you to see that man, Rose. There's so many iconic things in that movie that you're just going to love. You're going to love it.
Kathy Bates,
the unsinkable Molly Brown.
Is that where that comes from?
Yeah. That's a real woman.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Didn't she survive like 3 shipwrecks or something like that? 2
for sure, I think. Yeah.
Titanic.
Her house is in Denver.
Really?
I should have went to it. Missed opportunity. I have to go back to Denver.
Damn. Okay. take me away.
My friend Sam listens in Denver. And so, Sam, I'm going to plan a trip to come to see you again. And we're going to go to the unsinkable Molly Brown's house. Okay, back away from the Titanic lore, because every week, apparently, I need to talk about it. One thing I do like to do on Grindr sometimes when I'm feeling spicy and silly is I love to leave voice memos to people.
Oh, you're the worst.
No, it's fun because they get into it when they'll be like, I'm like, I can't do I have a voice that I like to use when I do it too. I'm like, what are you doing to yourself right now? Do you like that? Yeah. Yeah, you want to play with my butthole?
You want to touch my butt?
You like that? You like butt stuff? He's a little pervert.
Oh.
And then they'll be like, yeah, bitch. I'm going to fuck your hole. And they're like, oh yeah, that tight hole. Oh my God. Be careful going in. It's so tight. You're going to really have to edit this.
Nope, it's all staying in. All staying in.
I do love a good voice memo. I literally had my friends Chris and Josh cackling on the way back from Minneapolis Drive once because I was just going all day with this guy doing voice memos with him. Be like, yeah, you want to fuck my little tight pussy.
God. I had this one time I was talking to this guy and we had exchanged like 2 messages and he started sending me voice memos, and it wasn't even dirty talk. It was just like him responding to my last message, and I just stopped talking to him.
You know,
I don't want to hear your fucking voice.
No, I do. People on Grindr asking you for your Snapchat. What do you think about it?
I'm fine with it usually. Depends on the vibe, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, for a while I was like very again, because I have a lot of like insecurity with sex and how kinky I am and stuff. Like I tried to keep it separately because like my name is on my Snapchat. And so I'd be like, well, I was just talking to this person about like the weird things I want them to do to me. Not that weird, but
I want you to tell me. What do you talk about? What do you do?
It's like just kink.
Like
BDSM stuff.
I told you the weird voices.
I don't know, tying up, chastity, that kind of stuff.
And you feel weird about that?
Yeah, I feel deeply.
That is like a Friday night for me, bitch.
I know, but I'm deeply insecure about it.
Oh my God, you need to grow up.
I know. I'm working on it.
Jesus.
That's why when said he found my alt Twitter, when I still had an alt Twitter, I was like, great, he's seen my fucking dick in a cage. Anyway.
That is so not weird. I tied a guy up for 3 hours. This is a safe place for you to talk about it.
I know, but this actually feels very freeing to talk about this right now.
Good.
Anyway, but because I was so like deeply insecure about that kind of stuff,
you didn't want him to know that you were.
Yeah, I didn't want them to like put my actual like government name with it, and now I don't give a shit. So
I just think it's weird. I'm like, why does everyone want to go to fucking Snapchat and talk?
It's more convenient for sending pictures and like quicker texts,
I guess.
And like if I think there's also a thing of like if a Grindr notification pops up on your phone, you're less likely to like check that in public.
I don't have it. I would never have that on my phone. I don't need to know when people are trying to.
And with Snapchat, it's like if there's someone talking with frequently, it's just easier to.
Also, this is a thing, and we need to make this a TikTok because this is something I want women to chime in on, because I have my female presenting profile on Grindr, and I very specifically say like on there that I'm gender fluid. I don't always look like this. This is not a like day-to-day thing for me, but I do enjoy dressing and playing and doing these different things and experiencing that. So many guys are so dumb, and they'll send you a message on Snapchat and they'll be like, what are you wearing? And it's like, what do you think I'm wearing?
Boxers.
Yeah, like boxers are gross. But
yeah, I agree.
I'd be like, shorts and a t-shirt. It's freezing. It's like -4 and my nipples are rock hard. What do you think I'm wearing? Like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm in a lace panty and a little camisole and my butt cheeks are hanging out with some thigh highs on and a pair of high heels and a pearl necklace. Like, it just pisses me off to know. I'm like, no woman dresses like that.
No one's wearing negligee.
No, like
just
on a
Tuesday night.
It's like you're doing that for someone special.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you come here, I will put that on, bitch, and
put something fancy on. The best you're gonna get from me is a jock strap.
And like also when I send you a picture of what I want, you're getting the fantasy of what I want you to have. And it's not gonna just be some haphazard posed bed shot. It's gonna be boudoir glamour shots, bitch.
I need
That's
to get
what I'm
better
serving.
about that. Taking nudes is so hard.
It is. Do you want me to take some for you? I took some for my friend Shelly once.
Oh,
for her dating profile. They were really good. We could oil you up.
Oh yeah.
And take them.
Hell
well,
yeah.
Tom could. I could just pose you and then leave, and then he could take them.
You can stay.
I'm really good at it, honestly.
I'm terrible at because every time I've thought like, oh, I should start an OnlyFans, I tried to take like one naked photo and then I'm
you
like,
should let me be your manager.
okay.
You can have the control of like this editing, and then I'll have the control of editing your OnlyFans,
Hell yeah.
all its Twitter content,
Hell yeah.
because I'll make you embrace your kink. You think that little cage pic's bad? Just wait till you see what I'm going to do to you.
Oh. Hell yeah. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
I
Gotta
can make
start
you some
making
money.
money somehow.
Yeah, plenty of options. Let me control your life.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
We went on a lot of tangents today.
Yeah, it'll be a good one though.
It was a good episode. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Bye.
Bye.
Small Town Big Gays is hosted by Travis Gorell and me, Chance Smith. Production and editing is by me, Chance. Our music is 1am by TYB. You can check out his music. Links are in the episode description. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at STBG Pod. Links to those and our own social medias can be found in the episode description as well. Tell us what you want to hear about on future episodes or write into Dear Chloe by emailing smalltownbiggays@gmail.com. And do me a favor, check out Slay What with Bree and Ariel, the new horror podcast I'm producing. You can go to strangehavenstudios.com for more on that and everything else I'm getting up to. Okay, bye.